Hey, it's Scott Bywater, and I want to talk about something which, even if you have the world's best copywriting, your marketing is going to fail. And that thing which I'm talking about is getting crystal clear on your target market. For instance, recently I've been running a campaign, and I think the copy's spot on, the angle's really good, but being driven to the campaign is what I believe is the wrong traffic. So if you get that wrong, then everything else from there, that is essentially the 80-20 of the whole equation. Is you've got to be in front of the right people who can buy and purchase your product or service. Otherwise, what's the point? And what I mean by this is if you can imagine that you're presenting and you're selling, Harley Davidsons, and you're asked to go and present in front of a group of grannies. It doesn't matter if there is, 10,000 grannies in that crowd. If they don't want to buy Harley Davidsons, then it's not going to pull. You're not going to be successful as a result of that. So, the really key thing that I've found is we've got to get our target market and our marketing spot on. And we'll see this often. Let's say, I would prefer, if we put it in a speaking space, because then we can visualize it and see it and feel it, but it's the same, if you're advertising. But I would prefer to be speaking with, let's say, 20 people who, are business owners with, let's say a $2 million plus turnover, than 500 people who are startups, for, in my case, my particular business or product or service. So, the question that I would like to pose to, everyone watching this video is, are you, when you're marketing, getting in front of the right people, and are you clear on exactly who that perfect right person is for you? And that's a really critical one, for all of us to know, because even though it's you think about it and you hear it, it's common sense. In many cases, business owners aren't doing it, and they're not even clear on it. And what I mean by that, they're not clear on their buyer persona and the process that buyer persona goes through in order to actually make a decision. And what do I mean by that? Well, let me ask you: do you know your buyers, what they do before they actually call you? What happens before they call you? Are they referred to you? Do they go and see 30 or 40 blog posts and then decide to get in contact with you? What is the process, and why do they contact you? What is your point of difference that they're reaching out to you over the hundreds of other people that they could actually reach out to? What is it that's attracting them to you? So this sort of knowledge, really allows us to cut through and get and attract the right people for our business. I was reading recently in a book by Marcus Sheridan, and he was talking about the fact that he used to get really excited when he got lots of comments on his blog posts, and he says he still likes to do it. He said, but what he found was it didn't matter how many comments he got. And one guy was writing more regularly and getting less comments on his blog posts, but he was getting more sales as a result. And it's really important that we get clear on what are the metrics that matter, and what really matters to us in terms of who we're getting in front of and what sort of results we're looking for. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Thanks for tuning in, and it's been great to be here. Hey Mark, how are you? Great to see you here. Been great to chat with you. Just a very quick summary. What we want to do.